If you do not figure out how to increase profit, your brand will fail. It's not a matter of if, but when. And cash is the oxygen your brand needs to survive and crush the competition. In this video, I'm gonna show you the key practical and tactical steps to adding more profit, the numbers you should be hitting for your brand, and everything that everyone else is doing wrong. Please avoid those. I know it doesn't matter if you have your own line, your streetwear brand, you could buy it from market or even dropship. This still all applies for you. All right, so real quick, just so you guys know, we've been around for over 10 years. We've helped 250 clothing brands in the last 12 months. We've helped these exact clothing brands in our OSO program generate about $120 million in sales and have been in 70 different countries just in the last 2 years alone. I want to share that with you just to give some validity to what we are about to say. Now, I want you to build a relationship with someone local. Most people, when I say relationship and somebody local, I mean a manufacturer. I want you to create a relationship with an actual person, preferably down the street from you, because it's very, very important. We'll talk about that. Now, most people will tell you to, if you're a streetwear brand or private labels, to go to Alibaba or something similar because you want to get a great quality product from some kind of spot in Asia or Turkey or China or whatever. Even in the boutique space, they tell you to go with Fashion Go or Trendsy. And look, I understand if you're starting from scratch, but even more reason to go with someone local, because I would pay more to get a great sample and product versus buying hundreds of a product that is mediocre, that you have to lie about the quality of it to go get ahead and sell it so that you can actually make the next drop or the next collection work. You know, let me sell out of my first drop so I can get a better one this next time, right? That's a lot of what goes on in people's head. The problem is you won't have a next time, because after that, your business reputation is shot. All the bad reviews, all the comments, people talk. So do this instead. Reach out to 50 manufacturers. You can find them with a simple ChatGPT search or Google search. Make sure it's like the ChatGPT 4 or newer so that you can actually search on the internet, but that you can vet that. You can also do a Google search, and I would look local to your that's where I would go first. Find that person. If you're in a city, like, no brainer. If you're out in the middle of the country, I understand that. I'm from a small town originally in Kansas, so I hear you. But there's still print shops. You gotta find something. Maybe drive a little bit, but find somebody that you can talk to. And then at the bare minimum, get somebody in your country, if it's the United States or the UK or Germany or Australia, wherever you're at, and email them or walk in the door. I like that too. I know some of you guys are a little afraid, trying to grab your phone. You gotta message the person. It's like, nah, just go in person. That may actually help you too. I would work on getting samples, negotiate where you're at right now, and that you will buy more as you begin to sell, right? Create that good bond with that person. They want to see you be successful, and you're going to buy some samples from them. You're going to create a good relationship, and then when they give you the samples that you pay for, you'll start to do a pre-order method, which is, I think a lot of people know what this is, but essentially we're going to sell the products before we actually have them in hand. But you have such a good relationship with the person down the street that you can get the products much quicker and ship them much faster than I'm waiting on Alibaba, I'm gonna do pre-order, and then it's gonna take another 10 or 20 days. Nobody wants to wait 3 weeks. Some people are like,
well, yeah, but they will.
And it's like, yeah, they will, but they would prefer not to. How can you make this more profitable for you in the beginning? You do that by being able to ship out quickly, and it will make more sense here in a second. I want you to have at least 70% profit margins or 30% COGS, cost of goods. This allows for discounts, returns, and the ability to run ads. ChatGPT profit margins for hoodie, t-shirts, dresses. Now, let's just do this for you real quickly. Instead of talking about it, let's pull this up. Mr. Computer. I'm gonna give some information. You could actually technically prompt this a little bit differently. Hello, high quality materials for clothing brands, organic cotton, Prima cotton, wool, linen, etc. So you can go into the difference there, and they can find out, okay, great. What are the margins for this? Okay, average margins, 30 to 50%, mid-range, 50 to 7, high-end brands, 70 to 100%. So it's giving me some information. I could follow up with this right here, hit on a few things, but look, you're gonna make more money off of a hoodie than you are off of a t-shirt, and you need to have that 70% part, right? I said mid-range is that 50 to 70%, but if you're doing drop shipping or pre-order or anything like that, we need more, and so you need to go to a higher quality product. I don't care if you're streetwear, I don't care if you are a boutique, I don't care if it's private label, go quality. The race to the bottom is a race to the bottom, right? It's very difficult to grow. So high quality products, you're gonna pay more in the beginning, I understand that, but your business will have more margins to play with later. Now, there are only two ways to make more money. You get people to buy more the first time, or you get them to come back and buy a second or third time. For me, I don't think you truly have an established brand until you get that customers to come back 3 times. Not every single customer, that's impossible. It's not impossible, somebody will do it. But, I mean, Nike's done it. I mean, I don't know one person who's bought just one Nike thing. So they can, that's a very powerful brand. So you will get people who do that, but a consistent amount of people buying 3 times. Let's talk about how to build lifetime value and increase the long-term profitability. But before we even get into that, what we do know is that the average person will come back roughly 30% of the time when they're prompted, which will tell you how to do in 30 days. But if you do a pre-order and then it takes you 3 weeks to get something, your chances of getting them to come back in the same month, not as profitable. And I say a month because like your Facebook ads are due, you have your rent that's due, you have your invoices that are typically net 30, all of those things become due. So if it can happen in a 30-day period, you become profitable very quickly. So if you ship out products faster, guess what? Now you have the ability to increase, if not double, the amount of revenue that you got. Not profit, but revenue that you had. Now, let's talk about how to build lifetime value and increase the long-term profitability for your business. But first, I wanted to say a quick hey, howdy, and hello. My name is Aaron. I'm one of the co-founders here at Bit Branding, and me alongside my business partner, Christian. So I specialize in the marketing and ads and growing clothing brands. And my business partner, Christian, who started the company with me, focuses on Shopify, themes, apps, everything that looks good on clothing brand websites. We've served over 250 clothing brands in the last year alone, as I mentioned earlier. And I would appreciate it if you are a clothing brand owner, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll take you about 1 second. And if you do it in the next 3 seconds, I'll share with you the reason that I do what I do and who this is for. We'll pull that up onto the screen. For a clothing brand, your goal should be to be first purchase profitable, which means that you actually make money on the first purchase when it happens in the beginning, but then increase the lifetime value throughout the process so that you can actually scale. Now, lifetime value is the total amount somebody spends with you. There are a few tried and true ways to build lifetime value and keep even more profit in your business. Now, one way that I look at lifetime value is over a 30, 60, 90-day period. 90 days, because that's kind of how far I can stretch things to really feel good. Now, as you grow your business, you may be able to push it to 6 months LTV and 12 month LTV, but most of the time you want it to be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days at the max. And the farther you can push it out, the more healthy your business is. The first thing that you can do to increase the overall lifetime value is email. The key to email is frequency and messaging. Do you have a clear message? And are you sending to the audience frequently?
I do 2 emails a month.
Maybe that's you. Or
1 email a week.
Maybe that's you. Okay, we need more than that. You need an amazing offer, and you need to talk to people about things that are actually relevant, okay? That's why if you know your audience and you have good messaging, if you are a patriotic brand, guess what? You're probably saying something different for 4th of July than somebody else. Same thing for Memorial Day. You're probably saying something different than somebody else. So if you know your audience, talk directly to them. Okay, so those are your ongoing campaigns that are sent out as one-offs. Those are sent, if you have 1,000 people on your list, 3 times per week. Preferably 3, 2 is kind of that sweet spot if you're there, not less than 2, okay? So I want really like 10 to 12 emails per month. The next thing you want to make sure that you do, and you update this twice per month, are flows. Automatic emails that happen, right? So abandoned cart, initiate checkout, browse abandonment, people who sign up for your email list, your welcome flow. All of those are automatic where you are sleeping and making money while you sleep, which is kind of the goal here for any type of business, but it actually can be done. And then you update your flows twice per year. If you want access to the flows that we have used to make tens of millions of dollars, comment the word flow down below. Did not mean to rhyme, but I'll go with it. The second thing that kind of accompanies this, you do this second. Email increases total profitability. SMS increases profitability after it increases total revenue. You do not make nearly as much money off of SMS as you do email. Now, SMS, get to like 500 people. You can set up the flows, but don't start doing campaigns until you get about 500 people there. You can also collect SMS by just connecting your number. If you use something like Klaviyo or PostScript, Attentive, you can connect the number and collect the information and not send out SMS yet. That's an option. I love 2-step forms, so collect the email first and then SMS after that. What everyone is doing wrong is thinking that they can use paid ads only to grow their business profitably, okay? This used to work way back in 2020 when ads were a lot better targeting, okay? We're getting better with creative. I think we We can all agree with that, but we don't have the ability to target as efficiently, or Meta, or a lot of the platforms, just say Meta because it's kind of the gold standard, as what we used to. But profit is built with long-term nurturing and relationships. It's not done on the ads. Ads are done with the awareness stage, and we can talk about that. But long-term nurturing is where profit is actually made, and it's done through the email and SMS. And so many people mess that up with ads. A couple of things I want to hit on too. An upsell app to use. There's a new one out there called Juphy, so Juphy. I'll put that in the link in the description below. And then Sell Easy. So Sell Easy is an upgrade upsell option. It's very powerful. It's also great pricing. And Juphy is a software that it's kind of like Gorgeous or a customer chat, which is pretty cool. And then it makes suggestions based off of AI of like what interactions somebody has already been making on the site. So like, you liked this dress, or you liked this top, or you liked this streetwear shirt, or you like this brand. I'm gonna suggest something else to you. So it's very customizable upsell and assistant, essentially. If you ever walked into a Hollister or to any type of retail location, Abercrombie, whatever, shout out to Abercrombie coming back. They're doing really good now. It's just somebody saying, hey, how can we help you? And that's what Juphy is. But they are in the Shopify App Store, so you can go check them out as well. I highly suggest those apps to increase the average order value and increase the conversion rate of your site, because you have an actual person, AI, to talk to them. If you try to speak to everyone, you will speak to no one. You'll spend months, even years, wondering why your brand has never grown into its full potential, because you have no profit to grow and no one knows who you are. Advertising is the process of being known, okay, and letting people know who you are. And branding is the association and feeling that someone gets. Build profit by capitalizing on both of these. And I want to show you exactly how to increase the impact of both. So let's get into that. But first, hold up 1 second, okay? I just want to say that if you are a clothing brand owner and want to jump into the specifics of your brand and how to grow profitably online, you can schedule a free 45-minute strategy session with us. There are limited spots, so go find a time on the calendar that works best for you by clicking the link in the description down below. All right, so advertising is simple. Create great content to the right audience and then spend money behind it, okay? Essentially, advertising is, yes, you're gonna spend dollars to get in front of people. If you have a clear message and the right audience, a very niche audience, okay? And I want to challenge you on that. If you say my audience is men and women who are interested in streetwear, or women who are 35 to 55 years old who want to look good without breaking the budget, you do not have a clear message. I promise you, you do not. That's every other brand online. You know how I know? Because I just repeated it to you and I've heard it 1,000 times. Why are you different? You've got to figure that piece out, okay? Your audience is extremely important. And then you need to create content that's relatable. It doesn't have to be buy my shirt or buy my dress. It doesn't have to be that. What it can be instead is, hey, POV, mom's trying to chase around toddlers and, I still want to look cute while I'm running to Target, right? Cool, show me an outfit. That's better. Or a streetwear brand, like, look, I'm a big Kobe fan, and there isn't a brand that represents everything that he embodied with the Mamba mentality or whatever. So I created something for myself. I'm creating me maybe playing basketball with it, or me with my friends going to do something related to my type of audience. Again, you got to meet them where they're at, not just flat lay, which 100%, I agree. I do like flat lays, but you got to actually create content that people want to engage in. Take a step back and think about it this way. Would you share this content with a friend or family member? And if you wouldn't, go recreate that content. And when you have that content, you can spend money behind it, and now you are going to become a better advertiser. Repetition for that is very, very important. Don't just do one, right? Do 100. The next thing is branding. Okay, so advertising, being known, branding, it's really that association. So I want you to make a list of 50 places, companies, brands, people you want to be associated with, and then find a way to interact with them. This could be DMs, this could be emails, could be any way you want to reach out to them, but go and make it happen. Now, this could be a post on social that you do a collaboration with, or like on Instagram, or it could be a podcast guest. You could write a blog post of your best people in an area. So if you are again, if I was going back to my Kobe Bryant example of a streetwear brand, I would want to be associated with the Lakers. I would want to be associated with probably LeBron. I'm more of a Jordan than LeBron guy, but you know what I mean. I would probably want to be associated with underground community. I would probably want to be associated with like And One. I'd want to be associated with Collegiate. Anything that kind of embodies Kobe Bryant, then I would probably want to be a part of. I'd want to be part of some stuff in Philly, part of Lower Merion, his high school, whatever it is, right? Any type of association that you can get, it could be anything, right? You could write a blog post. It's the skyscraper technique of like a really long blog post of like the top 50 things that are the Mamba mentality, and it becomes a viral blog post, or somebody else picks it up and it's linking back to you. That is all about the brand building piece. So think about that. Brand building is association. Who can you associate with? And I said 50 people, really, maybe that number needs to be 500, a lot. Building a brand is very difficult, and that's why it takes time. And that's kind of what I was getting to here, is right? The not so easy answer to here is that this also takes time. Being around a while helps increase reputation, but unless your plan is to just not be in business anymore, then just put in the reps, put your head down, start making these things work and happen, and you'll be glad that you did. Future self will thank you later. Continue to create that stuff for you. All of that is extremely important, and I know maybe that's some fatherly advice. I got 2 girls, so right, maybe some fatherly advice for you. Okay, so now you know how to increase profit in your brand. It's time to drive traffic with Facebook ads, okay? You've got to take what we're talking about here, and in this next video, I show you how to create Facebook ads that catches more eyeballs and drives more traffic, which equals more sales. So go watch that video on that right here next. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time, and P.S., I guess that's peace, but P.S., please make sure that you hit that subscribe button.